Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclyde's MTG as we do Kamigawa League Take 6 on day 6 of the new leaks that have come out. Some cards have been spoiled that we've already covered, so we'll just breeze through those real quick. But as always, guys, remember we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. So please, like, subscribe, comments down below, feed the YouTube algorithm, tell your friends, tell your family. And if you've done everything you can to help get us those 1,000 subscribers, remember there's a link in the description where the eBay store is located so that all the cards you see opened or previewed on this channel when I do the box opening series will be located for your convenience to buy, which also helps support the channel while also getting you what you need to play your favorite games. So, moving right along, here we go. Trade tables and seat backs in a full upright position. Our first card is Samurai Okobedeka Para Kudai. Yeah, so anyway, so it's the Sky Blessed Samurai. It's a white and 6 colorless. It's an enchantment creature, human samurai, 4/4. It doesn't fly, even though it looks like it does. Anyway, spell costs 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. Not a bad uncommon. Gonna be great in the limited format. Um, and if there's enough like white enchantment creatures, this might be playable just because you can make it cheap enough that it's going to be worth something. Um, just saying. So probably see a little bit of standard play, but honestly, other than that, it's probably not going to see anything really other than just limited format because it doesn't really do anything other than just big fat cheap creature. So moving right along. Next here we have the Coiling Striker. It's a green and 1 for a 2/1 with ninjutsu for 2, same cost, so not bad. When it deals combat damage to a player, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control that doesn't have a counter on it. Okay, not a bad common. At best, this is going to see limited play. Uh, Only because once you put a counter on this creature or all your other creatures, you can't put any more counters on there. So basically, it's 2 mana, 3/2. That's still pretty good for a common. So limited. I don't think they need this in mono green. So probably far as it's going to go. Next here we have Sabaya Trespasser is a blue and 3 for a 3/5 that you can channel. Well, you channel it for 4, tap 2 target creatures you don't control. Those creatures don't untap during your next untap step. Not a bad common. 5 mana 3/5 is okay. The ability to tap stuff down gives it a little bit of utility. Um, Definitely going to be a limited card. Probably won't see anything past that. Moving right along. We have the Network Disruptor. Very interesting. 1 blue for a 1/1 flyer. Hey, look at that. It's flying, man. For you OG guys. When the Network Disruptor enters the battlefield, tap target permanent. Wow, it's a better flying man. Men, people, us, them. Anyway, great common. I think there's better 1 drops on the common slot than this. Uh, but it's probably going to be fine for limited. But that's probably as far as it's going to go. Maybe Popper. All right, we have Heir of the Ancient Fang. It's a beautiful picture. A green and 2 for a 2/3. Enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter on it if you control a modified creature. Okay, so 3 mana, 3/4 is not the worst thing in the world. And if you have filler for limited, it'll be okay. But that's the only place this common is going to see play. Moving right along. Next we have Seven Tail Mentor. So a white and 3 for a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield or dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. So basically 4 mana 3/4 again. And when it dies, you can put a counter on a creature or vehicle. Decent common. Love the picture. These full art anime styles. Really getting down with it. Just saying. Yeah, I like these pictures. So probably only gonna see format play in some form of limited deck. Other than that, format is way too much for doesn't do enough. Moving right along. So here's Nachi, the Moon Sage Scion. We covered it in previous posts. Picture was bad and all blurry. Here's what it really looks like, which is pretty much what it looked like. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. If you want to stop and read it real quick, go ahead, or check out the previous videos. All right, so here we have Reckoner Bankbuster. Okay, 2 mana 4/4. That's already good. It enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. Cruise for 3. All right. So for 2 and tap, you remove a charge counter from the bankbuster, you draw a card. Then if there are no charge counters on the bankbuster, you create a treasure token and a 1/1 colorless pilot that says it can cruise something 2 greater, so basically you can make a pilot. So this is a very interesting rare. The ability to draw a card for 2 and then have a creature at the end. I think this is going to be very playable and limited. Probably going to see standard play. Looks like a real good card for Commander. I mean, it's all colorless. You can draw cards. Everybody loves drawing cards. Plus, you get a creature to make this thing do some shenanigans. So, yeah, I think it's probably $2 or $3 rare at most, maybe, unless someone really breaks it in standard. But this is probably a card to watch out for. It could be something good. Moving right along. Spell Pierce. That's right, guys. They've reprinted it. Counter target spell unless your controller pays 2. So it's only non-creature spells. It's 1 blue. It's one of the best counter spells they've ever printed. As you can see, the Praetor giving Tamio the watch for. So all you OGs know how good this is. It's gonna see it play in all kinds of formats. All right, moving on along, we have Cloudsteel Kieran. 1 white and 2. Looks like part of Voltron. You get a 3/2. It's flying. That's really good. 3 mana, 3/2. It flies. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose a game, and your opponents can't win the game. Reconfigure 5. So this is interesting. This is probably definitely going to see play in limited and probably standard, just because once you equip it to a creature, that creature has to die before you can lose, or your opponent can win. And 3 mana for 3/2 flyer is not bad. So I mean, 1 or 2 of these and um, a white deck's not the most horrible thing in the world. Definitely a couple dollar rare. Commander's probably gonna really like some shenanigans with this, especially in those Voltron decks. So moving right along, next we have Mobilizer Mech. So blue and 1 for a 3/4, good rate, has flying, good rate. Mobilizer Mech becomes crewed up to 1 other target vehicle you control becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. That's busted. Yeah, so if you can crew this thing for 3, then you can crew something monstrous. It's even bigger when it attacks, or when it gets crewed. I think there'll be a lot of shenanigans, people trying to get this used. Probably, definitely limited, maybe standard, modern and back, probably not. This might be some shenanigans that Pioneer or something like that could pull off. Commander's gonna love this card. This is gonna be part of every Voltron deck just because it just crews your stuff for you. So next we have Obaki Reckoner Raid. So 1 black, each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life, happens twice. That's not bad for 1 black as a common. Once you get to 3, it comes back as a 2/2 menace. Vehicles you control have menace. And it's a rat rogue. Um, this is a really good common. I like it a lot. It might not be all that great, um, to be honest, and limited, but it may have a place in standard. Just because the whole lose 1 life, gain 1 life, then it becomes a 2/2 with menace. That might push it over the top, although maybe not. On turn 1, you're not gonna get your 2/2 till turn 3, and by then it's probably too late. Uh, so yeah, maybe not. It'd probably be fine for limited. That's for some filler space. All right. Ooh, look at this beautiful card, Light Paws Emperor's Voice. So this is a white and 1 for a 2/2. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to the aura, and with a different name than the aura you control. Put that card on the battlefield attached to Light Paws Emperor's Voice, then shuffle. Beautiful card, alternate art, whole anime. I love this. This is beautiful. Gonna be a good card. If we've got enough good enchantments, this might be playable in standard. Probably playable in limited just because it's 2/2 for 2. If you can go get something out of it when you cast an aura, then so be it. And in the older formats, we're really gonna have to see what kind of auras we got that we can really make shenanigans happen with this. Because it's cheap enough to go into modern, but at the same time it dies just as easy. So without it being a real good combo piece, I don't know. Maybe it goes into a Boggles deck or an equipment deck or a hammer deck of some kind, possibly. All right, moving right along. Probably only a couple dollar rare though. All right, we have March of Wretched Sorrow. So black and X. So this is the black discard card. As initial cost of this, you may exile any number of black spells. Makes the cost of this 2 less. March of the Wretched Sorrow deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. So decent removal spell. I mean, actually, it's a fine removal spell. It's basically an instant black fire. Well, not even a fireball. It's more like a black fireball slash drain life that you can't target people with. This just looks like a really good card. Yeah, I think this is gonna see lots of standard play. It's gonna be great in the limited format. Pioneer and decks like that have the ability to produce lots of mana, like Commander, will probably definitely get kicked out of this card. So I think this is easily probably a 2, 3, maybe even $5 card. Moving right along, next we have the Spinning Wheel Kick, because ham to the face. So 2 green and XX. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each of X target creatures and or planeswalkers. So it's basically sorcery speed removal for 4 for 1 creature and 6 for 2. So forth and so on. I mean, it'd be fine in limited, but it's probably one of the places it's really going to go because it's just way too mana intensive. But in limited, this would really swing the tables by pumping like 6 or 8 mana into it and then just like mopping the field with one guy. Alright, next we have the Oni Cult Anvil. Oh boy. Black, red artifact. Whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token. This ability only triggers once each turn. You may sacrifice an artifact. The Cult Anvil deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. This is going to probably be a thing. Definitely going to see play in standard if we can find some aristocrat shenanigans to get going on, especially with the artifacts. It's a great finisher for the limited format. Pioneer will probably find some way to combo off with this, and maybe even Modern as well. So, yeah. Well, actually, no, because it says tap. But we have a Kiki. Yeah. I'll have to wait and see. Still seems good, though, to me. Spirit Sister's Call. Black, white, and 3. At the beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it gains it. This permanent would leave battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Great mythic. Nothing like an enchantment that just says, I'm gonna uh, reanimate something every turn for giggles. 5 mana's pretty cheap too. I think this might see standard play if we can get enough shenanigans going on. It's gonna be a phenomenal card in limited if you have one of these things. Oh my god. And just like play a whole bunch of crappy little creatures and just get back all the mediocre and big ones over and over. So everybody can deal with those twice. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's at your end step, so you can cast it and at least get 1 use out of it before somebody does something weird to your stuff. So I like it. I think it's good mythic. Definitely see limited play. Probably gonna see standard play. Definitely gonna see commander play. Maybe pioneer stuff if there's some way to make some weird shenanigans going on, but we'll have to wait and see. Moving right along, now we have the Weaver of Harmony. Love this art. Green and 1 for a 2/2. Other enchantment creatures you control get +1/+1. Wow. So this is a lord for enchantment creatures in green. That's a nice one. Green, tap, copy target activator triggered ability you control from an enchantment source. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's also phenomenal. This might easily be a $5 to $10 rare. I see lots of things of this getting down with. It's going to be great in the limited format just because it pumps the team. The same can be said for standard if you're not going to just abuse the triggered ability that for 1 green you can tap. So, yeah, because like you can do something like that one enchantment that makes spirits when you cast a spell. You literally could like tap, uh, target it when the ability activates, get 2 spirits. Yeah, like this could be so wrong. Like it. Might even see some commander play, some other shenanigans. So here's the abandoned Meyer. I think we already talked about this. It's 1 black. You discard it. You mill 3 cards and return a creature or planeswalker card from graveyard to your hand. Obviously, it costs 1 less to cast for every legendary creature you control. It's a great way to run 4 of these not only have land, but also have ways to get your threats back from the graveyard. I like this card a lot. It's going to be really good. Um, Limited, definitely standard. Uh, Maybe a one of in modern and pioneer. Like this is just a one of card in general, so definitely going to be a big card in commander. I think this land series in general is going to be another good land series where they're going to be anywhere from $5 to $10 a piece. This one probably about 5. Moving right along, next we have Nazumi Blade Blesser. So it's a black and 2. It has Death Touch as long as you control an artifact. It has Menace as long as you control an enchantment. And it's a 3/2. Um, Good common, good on rate. Will be great in limited if you have the kind of stuff to activate it. Even if you don't, it's a great creature for the stats. That's probably the only place it's going to see play. So, good common though. And then here we have Gustana of the Hidden Cruelty, a black and 3 for a 2/2. Legendary enchantment creature Shrine. Oh, a new Shrine. 2/2 with Death Touch. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1 colorless. If you do, destroy target creature with toughness X or less, where X is the number of shrines you control. Oh my god, this should have been a rare. So all those Shrine decks everybody loves to hate just got a brand new toy to run 4 of and really annoy people by playing this on their turn and then paying 1 with their 7 other shrines and just start mopping the floor with things. Um, I think this is going to be a high dollar uncommon just because of the Shrine deck. Standard play, no, probably not. Uh, Limited play, no, probably not. Wherever the Shrine deck may occur, whether it be Pioneer or Alchemy or whatever the set may be, that's what's going to be popular, and maybe even Commander. So nothing too great, but still not that bad. Selfless Samurai. So a white and 1 for a 2/2 Samurai Fox. Whenever a Samurai or Warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink. Sacrifice Selfless Samurai. Choose another target creature you control. It gains indestructible to end of turn. So this is a great 2/2 now. Instead of 1/1s for 1 that protect things, you have 2/2s for 2. This will see all kinds of play in standard and all kinds of white weenie decks, especially limited format. This is going to be a bomb to protect your creatures. May even see play in formats outside of that, like Modern Pioneer or whatever, just for the ability it has, plus being a good solid creature. So keep an eye on this one, guys. Moving right along, we have Anchor Reality. So 2 blue and 2 for a sorcery. Additional cost to the card, sacrifice artifact or a creature, search your library for equipment or vehicle, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. If the mana value of that card is less than the mana value of the permanent sacrifice, you scry 2. So this is interesting. This might be a good way to fetch up artifacts. So this is gonna be really probably pretty big in Commander. If they can find a way to abuse this as standard, it's probably gonna be a great card. But at the same time, they reprinted Spell Pierce. But anyway, also moving along, it's gonna be a great card in the limited format too. If you've got something to go get. Now, if you don't, it's just gonna be a dead card. But if you do, man, this can be sweet. So moving right along. We have the Prosperous Thief, a blue and 2 for a 3/2. Human Ninja, Ninjutsu for 2. Whenever one or more ninjas or rogues you control do a combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. That's okay. Uh, Treasure token aside, it's still good for rate and good filler. For limited, that's probably the only place it's going to see play. Moving on to Soul Transfer. So this rare is 2 black and 1 sorcery. You get to choose one. If you control both an artifact and enchantment when casting, you can choose both. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Return target creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, is this good? The only drawback is it's a sorcery. But to be honest with you, I don't know if that's a big enough drawback to make this not playable. Just because it kills anything and plus gets you something back, it's literally a 2 for 1 in black. This seems really good, especially for limited. Definitely standard. Pioneer in those formats might even use it. Commander, this is just an amazing card for Commander, just in general. So yeah, this might easily be a couple dollar rare, maybe even $5 if people start learning a way to abuse it. So moving right along, we have the blue Invoke, which is Invoke the Whirlwind. So it's 4 blue and 1 for sorcery, and you just gain control of target artifact or creature, and you get to untap it. Basically, it's a control magic for creatures and artifacts for an extra colorless and 4 blue instead of 2 blue. So It's actually worse than Control Magic, but the utility kind of gives it a 1 up. But the 4 blue starter is really rough. This can be okay in limited if you're heavy blue. Um, this is probably going to be a good sideboard card in standard. But other than that, I just don't see this going anywhere else. Just because 5 mana is a lot to pay, and I just don't think anybody's going to be playing that other than Commander guys. You know, nice, get you a nice foil one of these. The Fang. So here's your basic 1 green common 1/1 Death Toucher, except it's an enchantment and it's a snake. So, ta-da! Obviously, great and limited. Only place you're going to see play. You are already dead. So 1 black instant. Destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn, and you draw a card as a common. Not a bad card at all. Unfortunately, it does not save one of your creatures, but if you do got something with a big butt that's blocking, it can kill it and draw you a card, which can be cool. So, or if you have First Strike, for example, works with First Strike. You know, First Strike your opponent, then say you're already dead. They die before they deal damage back, so your guy lives, so your 1/1 First Striker can actually take out like a 7/7 Trampler, as long as it doesn't have First Strike as well. So, like this card a lot as a common for the limited format. I just don't see it getting played anywhere else. Maybe Commander just for shenanigans and funsies. But still a pretty sweet common. All right, moving right along. Now we have whatever this says. Inventive iteration. So for a blue and 3, you get an Enchantment Saga. On 1, you return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand, so that's not bad. For 2, return an artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. If you can't, you draw a card. That's pretty sweet as well. And then for 3, you get to flip it, which it becomes an enchantment creature called Moonfolk. It's a 3/3 flyer. Whenever you cast a spell, your opponent can't cast spells with the same mana value as that spell until your next turn. Oh, wow. This is a sweet one. This is definitely going to see play in limited just from the first 2 abilities. This may see play in standard as a win condition in blue, because once you get the 3rd one and it flips, you can actually neuter your opponent from actually playing spells. That's pretty incredible. I mean, still 4 mana is a lot to ask for, so it's still probably gonna be a couple dollars. Commander, this would be hilarious, like, because you just cast instants all day long and prevent your opponent from casting stuff. It's just funny. Uh, yeah, I like it. Good shenanigans. Couple dollars probably. All right, here we have Essence Capture. It's another reprint. 2 blue instant counter target creature spell. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. You kind of figured this is going to get a reprint from Ixalan just on the off chance that a +1/+1 counter on a creature considers it modified. A modified creature is the theme of the deck, so yeah, not bad. Probably only good limited. So look at this bad boy. Picture doesn't do it justice, but this is Sonata, the Crown of Dawn. It's a white, red, and blue, and 1. So it's America. Legendary creature Spirit Kieran has flying and trample. It's a 4/4 for 4, so that's already sweet. The cost of the spell you cast is 1 less per target, and then the cost of spells cast by your opponent is 1 higher for each target. So this is a combination. How do you say? It's a combination of a small Shivan dragon and Thalia, guardian of uh, or Thalia Guardian. You know, the one extra mana for anything. Except this says all spells. Thalia normally just targets the non-creature ones. This is everything for your opponent, and it makes your stuff cheaper. This could be the beginnings of an America deck. America. And to be honest with you, this card is probably the reason why they did all those bannings in blue. They banned the Time Walk. They banned um, the bounce spell and all that other stuff in blue that made that taking turns dragon deck really good and hard to beat. Adding this to that mix and taking the dragons out is going to make that deck almost unbeatable. Because now you're casting Time Walks for like 5 mana. You're bouncing stuff for 2. Your opponent's stuff that actually deal with things costs 1 extra. Like, this is just going to be insane. I could easily see this getting slid into a red-blue deck. With take out the dragons, put this in, splash a little white for the extra mana, and just go ham on some sweet, sweet cards while at the same time neutering your opponent. Like counter spells are cheaper, removals cheaper, like you name it. So I like this card a lot. Um, I'm hoping the alternate art is a lot prettier because I think this card has lots of promise. Reminds me of a Mantis Rider on steroids. Um, so with that said, guys, that's it for today's spoilers. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And as always, until next time, be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table.